Hello everybody, welcome back to the weekly video. So happy that you're joining me here today. And today I'm going to talk about 6 steps to creating new habits with ease. So the first thing you may be thinking is creating new habits is hard. I know in the past I've definitely had those thoughts going through my mind, and I'll be honest, depending what that new habit I want to create is, sometimes I still believe it. But I've come up with this 6-step system to create new habits with ease. And that's what I'm going to share with you tonight. And that first belief of that making new habits is hard is what brings us to our first step, which is believing that it can be easy. Hey everybody, hey Brandy, hey Cindy, thanks for joining. So first step is to believe that it can be easy. So forgive yourself for believing that it has to be hard, that you can't do it, and all of that kind of stuff. Because that's just clutter in your brain. That is, hang on, I put that too far out of reach. That's just your monkey trying to keep you in your comfort zone. So don't listen to that monkey. He's not doing you any favors. So give yourself permission to believe that you can create a new habit with ease. Because what you believe is ultimately what you're going to create. So if you believe that it's going to be hard, guess what? It's going to be hard. And if you believe that it can be easy, it's going to be easy. So that's the first step. Which would you like to believe? Would you like to believe that creating new habits is hard? Or would you like to believe that it can be easy? I personally would like to believe that it can be easy to create a new habit. So that's the first step. The second step is to determine how you will feel when this new habit is in place, whatever that may be. And it should be a good feeling, not a negative feeling. So whatever your goal is, you don't want to create a feeling of I will no longer feel lazy, let's say. You want to say something like, I will feel accomplished or empowered or on purpose or confident. Yes, Brandy, you're so right. We make things so much harder than they have to be. And that is just our programming running its course. We do the things that we've always done because that's just, again, our autopilot program being run by our subconscious mind, by those monkeys, whether it's that critic monkey or that coach monkey. And we can train them to determine which one's going to be in control. So how will you feel when you have achieved this goal? And I'm going to get into an example at the end going through all these steps so you can kind of I can paint the bigger picture for you. So the reason why we want to pick an emotion or determine how we're going to feel once we have created this habit is because we make decisions and we act based on our emotions, not on our logic. If we did everything our logical mind told us to do, we'd all probably a lot more productive than we are. Would you guys agree? So, step 1, believe it can be easy. Step 2, determine how you'll feel when you have achieved that new habit. So the third step now is to create a plan on how to get there. So don't try to, jump from point A to point B in one day, because if you are able to achieve that, it very well may not be sustainable, right? We've all heard that phrase, Rome wasn't built in a day. It was built brick by brick or stone by stone, pebble by pebble, maybe. So treat your habits in the same way. Just build upon them every day or every week, depending what it is that you're trying to create. And it will be a lot easier than trying to make that big leap altogether. So that's step 3. Do it step by step with a plan. Don't just wing it, because when you wing it, you get wing it results. So you want to have a plan so you get those planned results. So the fourth step is to pick a day to implement your plan, and then to implement it on that day. No more waiting until tomorrow. On that day that you set that you're going to start it, you start it. And, maybe having an accountability buddy could come into play here. That's not really part of my plan. I'm totally doing this as a personal endeavor, but it can't hurt to have that in place either. So The fifth step is to reevaluate after a couple of days or a couple of weeks or a couple of months, again, depending how long this goal is going to take to create, how long it's going to create this new habit. So the reason why you want to reevaluate is so we can determine if we're on the right track, or maybe if this is still a habit we want to create. Maybe we thought it would be a good idea and it turns out it's not. Maybe it's not actually supportive of us to do this new habit. So again, you can reevaluate, readjust, set a new goal if you need to, whatever it may be. But reevaluating along the way is so important, not only to determine if it's still something you want to do, but to determine if you're on track, right? So go back at your plan. Is it day 10 and you're only on day 3's step, If so, that's okay. But maybe, again, you need to readjust those goals. So that's something that's important to do as well. And the sixth step, which is the best step, is to celebrate. So celebrating your accomplishments along the way is so, so, so important, because it's going to reinforce the fact that you're putting in this work, that you're doing this and have put in this effort and moving forward. If we don't celebrate it, we're just like, okay, just another day, whatever. And that actually doesn't give us any more motivation to keep going. So if we celebrate along the way, it's just going to lift us up even more along the way and basically create more desire to do that thing that we're doing. So that's the 6 steps. So now we'll give you an example of how you can implement this. And the example that I'm going to use is, the habit of wanting to exercise before work. I know that's something that I have been implementing the last little while. So for me, this really hits home, and I'm going to really take my own advice here. But you can use this for any habit. And I hope that this example will give you a bit of a framework that you can work with. So if you want to exercise before work, the first step, again, is to believe that you can do it and believe that it can be easy. A lot of people's initial reaction would be like, oh, that means I need to get up early and I need to do this and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? Well, just eliminate that from your mind and just believe that you can do it. And again, we're not going from point A to point B right away, right? So the second step is to determine how you will feel when you have created this new habit. So do you want to feel healthy? Or, maybe that's how you'd like to feel after working out and creating this new habit. Maybe you want to feel strong. Maybe you want to feel confident in your body. I wouldn't suggest using a feeling like, I want to lose weight, because that's not really a feeling. That's maybe the goal or the why behind the reason why you want to create this habit. But the feeling is how you will feel. So if you've lost weight, how are you going to feel when you get there? So again, healthy, strong, confident, proud, energized, all of that kind of stuff. The third step is to create that plan. So I would suggest the first day is you get up 15 minutes earlier than you usually do and do a 10-minute workout. Again, don't shoot for that hour workout. First of all, because your body is just going to crash before the hour is up. And that's a big leap. You're going to have an hour workout plus everything else you need to do around that workout. So you're going to have to get up a lot earlier. So baby steps, get up 15 minutes earlier and then do a 10-minute workout. Do that for, let's say, 4 days. And then on day 5 to 7, get up 20 minutes earlier and do a 15-minute workout and keep climbing up from there. So let's say your goal, again, is to do that hour workout. Maybe it's going to take you a month to actually build up to that hour and just add on 5-minute increments each and every day. And so the fourth step then is to pick a day and implement it. So if you've created this plan, pick a day. Do you want to start tomorrow or are you starting on Monday? Whatever, doesn't matter, you choose it. But make sure you start on the day that you decide. And then the fifth step here is to reevaluate every couple days. So after the 4th day or so, take a minute and say, okay, is this routine working? Do I have enough time to do my workout, have a shower, get ready, and all of those things, whatever that may be. And if it's not, well, then you maybe have to adjust. Maybe if you want to do that 10-minute workout, maybe you need to get up 20 minutes earlier. Or even 30 minutes earlier. I don't know, everybody's different, but that's how you can readjust that. And again, I said, if maybe this isn't the goal that you need, maybe you change that from doing a workout before you go to work to doing a workout after work. Again, it's up to you, but that's the whole point of the reevaluation step, to see what's working and what's not. And the sixth step is then to, again, celebrate. So I would recommend celebrating every single day after you do something, especially a workout, getting up earlier and putting in that physical effort. And a celebration can be anything from, one of my favorite simple things is patting yourself on the back, like, woohoo, look at me, good job. Or maybe it is going out for ice cream after a week. I wouldn't want to do that every day, but again, you get to decide. Maybe it's watching one of your favorite shows. Maybe it is going out with a friend. Maybe it's getting a facial, maybe a new outfit. Really, it's your decision. But celebrate along the way, again, because it's going to make you feel good and make you want to keep doing this habit. So I would love to hear what habits that you're trying to create, and tell me if you believe it's easy to create this new habit or not. It's something that I've been working on and I'm holding really dear to my heart, to create these habits and doing it with ease, because it just makes it so much easier when you believe that it can be easy. It makes it more enjoyable too when you follow this process and get to do it from beginning to end and make those changes along the way. Because a lot of people think that when they make a plan, they've got to stick to it exactly how they've done it. But not all plans work. So that's something to keep in mind. So I'll do a quick recap here. So the 6 steps to creating habits with ease. 1, believe it can be easy. Step 2, determine how you will feel when you have created this new habit. Step 3, make a plan from point A to point B of how you're going to create this new habit. Step 4 is to pick a day and implement that into your life. Step 5 is to reevaluate that plan and your progress periodically. And step 6 is to celebrate that progress as often as you can. So if you found this valuable, give me a like, a share, subscribe to my page and or my YouTube channel. I'd love to see you, and I will be doing another video next week. I would also love to hear what kind of things you would like to hear me talk about, because I'm just kind of winging it, and I would really love to provide you all with valuable content. So let me know what you want to hear, what's going to support you and your mindset and your habits and all that kind of stuff, and I'm happy to help. And if there's anything you want to chat about, feel free to reach out to me. Maybe I can help you implement some of these new habits that you want. Thanks everybody for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye. If I can turn it off. This seems to happen all the time. I guess you guys are stuck with me a little bit longer. There's the button.